and welcome back to my channel. My name's Lisa. The project for today is a Halloween themed notebook, and I know it's quite early and we're not quite in the Halloween season yet, but I thought we'd do it slightly early because if you wanted to find these papers and do something for yourself to use over the Halloween period and in the spooky month, you've got plenty of time to get something ready and made, and then plenty of time to enjoy it without rushing, is my thinking. So I've been on Creative Fabrica. I'll link the website in the description below, and I've searched through all the digital images, and some of the searches I used were Gothic Halloween digital paper, vintage Halloween digital paper, vintage pumpkins, things like that, and I just went through and chose some images that I thought matched the theme I wanted. So this is one that I found. I really liked the Black Witch. I thought that was really nice, and it looked really nice on the front, and I liked the grungy background. So when I found this, everything else I've found I've tried to make match this photo in a way. So to start with, I've enlarged the image because, as you can see, that's not going to fit, is it? But I thought, you know, might be able to make that into something else later on in the project. I am going to do this project in two halves. We're going to do the front and we're going to strengthen the spine, because the spine on this, I couldn't find any which were sewn spines, and it's only got staples in it, and of course we're going to be bulking it out slightly as we put all our little extras in. So I think I'm just going to do a pamphlet stitch over the top of there and out through there once we've decorated the front, and then I thought some nice dark twine down there to hold it together would add to the, you know, make the spine a little bit more interesting. But we'll see how that works, because we're going to find out about that together if it works. So what I've done is, like I say, I've enlarged this image so it's big enough to go on the front and the back, and we're going to place it so we've got the majority of the witch in the photo, so it's stuck on the book. And then I've chose this grungy, wallpapery, ruined look, and we're going to put that down the spine like that, I think. And then we're going to just make this edge a bit nicer by putting some lace, not white lace, like maybe some tea or coffee dyed lace or ribbon down there, or even some black washi tape or something would look nice. But we'll do that when we get to that point. I've not really made any full decisions on what we're doing, because I thought the best projects are ones where some things are left to see how you think it fits when you know, when you get to that stage. What you thought you want to do might not work as well, as you might have a better idea along the way. And I think it's really going to look nice, and we'll have plenty of time for it to be ready for October for us to use during the spooky season. So first things first, I want to decide how much of this witch I want on this paper. I think if we just push it down there, we can see there's a shoulder and a hat's there. I think that will be fine. So to start with, we're going to just prep the front of our book. So I've got double-sided sticky tape, and we're going to find the end. So now we've found the end, we're just going to secure it with a few bits like so. We are going to glue it as well, but because this has got a very, very shiny surface, I don't want to just rely on glue. I want to make sure it's held in place and it's not going nowhere. There we go. That'll do. So now we're going to get our glue ready, and our brush. This is just a normal paintbrush you've seen me use before, because I don't really like the glue spreaders. They don't spread it well enough for me. So let's take this off. There we go. Okay. plenty. I'm just going to use my brush just to get it in the corners. So I want a really good seal on that shiny background. There we are. Okay, so where did we say? We said her shoulder, didn't we? Which is about there. I'm just going to a good squish down. Make sure we've got good contact. There we go. I've purposely not gone to the edge because I don't want to thicken up the spine too much. There we go, it's looking better already, isn't it? I do like how it matches the inside. We are going to cover this back bit and put some pockets in and things, but if we didn't want to, at least the inside of the covers match. Okay, let's do the back. We're going to do exactly the same process for the back. Let's get the back page. Okay, and this is obviously, like I say, this is what we're using. This picture here, just enlarged. So this is the second side of the photo. I do want to get them pumpkins in though, so I want to kind of put that one like that. So we're going to be cutting these bits off. I'm just choosing the part of the photo that I want to stay on the book. There we go. That's a good start. Oops, daisy. Go. Put some down there. Really want a good seal on that. There's no harm in going back and putting bits of extra glue on to make sure you're completely sealed. We don't want no bits lifting up. I see this edge is lifting up here. We definitely don't want that. Has that got a good seal? Yes, it has. Now that's stuck, we're going to sort the sizing out. So what I'm going to do is you can either cut around or you can cut it and fold it over. I'm going to cut it and fold it over, I've decided. It just makes a nicer edge, I think, doesn't it? Than having the cut edge on show. Because we are going to cover this inside bit. There we go. Let's trim that down. Now we've took the side off, we're just going to take the corners off. So we're just going to miter the corners. I'm going to leave a little bit extra to give us a bit of room just to fold that corner in. Because we don't want big corners. So we're going to go there. And then we're going to miter this way as well, like so. And then we're going to do the same on the top. So let's just miter this edge. There we go. So now it's just going to be a case of folding it up and over. There we go. And fold the top. Not a fan of these edges, but we have got things we can put on there to make those edges better. Nice corner rounding things. What would you call them? Like the like metal covers. So it doesn't matter. It's quite difficult, you know, because the book itself's got rounded edges. I think we're going to go with that for now. I think. Yes, we are. There we go. Very nice. So let's do, oops a daisy, what have I done there? Wrecking the pages already. Right, so we're just going to make these sides a bit smaller on there. Up this way. Across this way. And this is just exactly the same process as the front. So now that's in place, there's no hurt in it, so I'm just going to stick a couple of these on. Just to hold it in place. So that'll do us a favour and push the back and the front and just seal it all together. A little bit of pressure. Just while that glue dries, and it saves us standing there holding it, doesn't it? So while that's doing its thing and drying, we can work on the spine part. Now I want to use this light part, and I want, let's use the ruler. How far do I want it to stick over? Because it's going to be wanting to be stuck over about the same amount on both sides. I don't think I want to see those bats, because if I start covering them up it's going to look like they're missing, so I want about that. So how big's that? Five centimetres. And I want to leave enough for it to go around the spine, and the spine is about 1 centimetre, so I want to mark this at about 11 centimetres. Well, now we've measured it, we're going to mark that at 5 each side and a centimetre for the spine, but I'm going to do 11.5 and just give myself a ½ centimetre wiggle room, because I don't want that spine to be too tight at all. I want there to be some play in that spine. Draw a line down just to be safe. Let's hold this. Fingers out the way, slowly down. There we go. We don't need that bit. Okay. So now let's mark how much we need. Don't want this top bit, so I want to fold it in 1 centimetre just to strengthen that. So if we do there, turn over. I want to fold there and there. So we're just going to use the cutting mat as a guide to make sure we've got a straight line. There. I'm just going to do a score mark. And a score mark there. There we go. Bend it over. Just going to mitre these edges a little bit. I don't want it to be over thick. This might seem a bit counterintuitive, but if I do that folds and then fold it on the inside, as you can see, that edge there is better than looking at the white thin edge. So we're just making a bit of extra thickness because it's going to go like this around the spine. Just that little bit extra. So I'm just going to fold these down. Use the trusty PVA. There we go. One side, two side. There we go. I'm not fussed about that end because, again, we're putting something down there, aren't we? So you're not going to see it. Now I'm wondering, what I want to do is I want to bend this slightly. I don't want to score it. I don't want to fold it, but I just want to bend it. I want to just give it a bit of memory. So just a gentle bend. I'm just rolling it. I'm not putting any pressure on it. Can you see there, look? We're just giving it, so it's just going to make it easier to stick down if the paper's got a bit of memory. So I'm just, well, it's not paper, it's card. So I'm putting a slight bit of pressure on it, I guess, but not that much. I don't actually want to put any glue down the spine part. I want to leave that so it's free to move. Because when you're opening and closing the book, it's going to be open, close, and that's going to be constantly moving. So when we put it on, I want to glue it on this side and on this side, but I don't want to put no glue down there. That's my thinking anyway. Right, let's take these off, that's had enough time now. Let's get a couple of bigger ones ready. So I think we're going to need the bigger ones down the spine. There we go. Right. This is going to sit like this now. Yeah, good choice. Like it. What do I want to do? Do I want to glue on here or do I want to glue on here? I think I'm going to glue on this one, just in cases. So I can't really, without measuring it, I won't see, and I don't want to put glue anywhere where it's not supposed to be. So I'm going to do up here and get this side stuck on. right up to the edge. Even coverage. There we are. Okay. So, just over there was where we said we wanted it, wasn't it? Perfect. Then we're going to wrap it round. We can move it slightly over a little bit. And we're just going to, luckily with PVA, we've got a little bit of play to take it off and put it back on if we want to. There we go. Now, I'm just going to check where I got the glue up to in there, because I want it to be stuck all the way up. And now that's going to go over there like so. And I'm going to glue about this much. I'm not going to put any glue on this centimetre here because we don't want any along the spine. I mean, that's my personal preference, but like I always say with these craft projects, everything is each to your own. But I've been excited to see. This one's been sat on my desk over the weekend, waiting for the kids to go back to school, bit of quiet time where I can sit and talk to you guys uninterrupted. And I've been staring at it and I've been really excited to get it started because I fell in love with the paper. There we go. And then can we see where we folded the edges over there? That's just made a lot nicer finish, hasn't it? There we are. Right, let's get this stuck down. While that's drying, I thought we'd just have a little look through my washi tapes. Because I thought, well, I did originally think ribbon, didn't I? But I've got this one. I mean, it's not dark, but I thought, not sure whether that will look quite nice. These dark ones have all got a bit of gold on, so I'm not sure about those. There's this one. That's kind of matchy. That's definitely too white. That's too grey. That's too green. Decisions, isn't it? Maybe that one? No. No. I quite like the idea of this washi tape though. Let's move those along a bit. Let's find the end. Is that ripped? I think this. I'm doing it anyway. So it's done. The choice has been made. No going back now. Okay. So put that there. Rip it off. Pull that over. Same on the back. Like that. yeah, I think. I mean, let me know what you think, what you would have chosen to cover that up. But I think that's just enough. So now we're going to sort the inside out, and then once we've sorted the inside out, we can sort these horrible corners out. So what shall we put on there? Decisions have been made. So we're going to put that on the inside like that now. Right, let's measure it. How big do we want it? Want to leave a slight gap. 25 by I don't want to push it right into the corner. 25 by 17 is what we want these. Okay. Before we stick it in, I'm going to distress ink the edges just to make sure, I mean, we're going to do it on that anyway, but just to make sure it's on this and it's going to be less of a problem when it's stuck to the book, just to give it that distressed look. Might as well do it while we've got the manoeuvrability and it's not stuck down. Well, that's weighted down. Let's get our corner pieces. So these are the corner pieces I was telling you about. You've seen me, well, I use them on most projects because it just finishes up the back. The corner's nice. Making sure I've got, some have got like a, well, they're all different. But I'm going to go for the black ones, I think. But there's all different colours. But we're going to go for the black. So that just goes on there like that. I'm just going to plier it shut. There we go, one. Doop. Well, that's what we've got so far then. Now, on to more fun and exciting things. We're going to put pockets in, and I think the first pocket we're going to start with, I'd like to have some kind of pocket on there, but the first one we're going to start with is in the middle, so then we can actually get that pamphlet stitch in and we can add a pocket in at the same time. I think that's a good idea. What we're going to do is use this for the centre fold. Then we're going to fold this in half. Let's measure it. Let's measure this one first. Then we can score at 9. Yeah? Yeah. There we we go, there's our centre fold. Where's my book? Okay, so there's the centre fold. There. Then we're going to use this to make pockets. Right. I think we said 17, didn't we? 17. So, I've just done that at 9. How wide's this? 20. So if we score that at 10. So I want to take, where's the owl? The owl's on the bottom, isn't she? So I'll take minimum off the bottom. There we go. I'll make that 25 now. Double-sided sticky tape. I'm going to put it down there. Oops. Like that. This is really sticky stuff, this is. Stick out to out. Okay, so there you see my plan? I'm going to stick that on the back of there like that. Then this side's going to be a pocket. But we want it at 17 centimetres. So from the centre, so there's 17. There. There. Perfect. So I'm just going to hold that in place. I'm going to get a little bit of tape that we've stuck in there and just pull it out like that. Okay, so now we're just going to get some more of this double-sided here, like that, and like that, and this is one side of the pocket completed. There we go. Come on, nails. What's the perks of having nails if I can't get a bit double-sided? Come on. There we go. Let's fold it down gently. There we go. So that's one. Now on the back, what we're going to do is we'll put something down there. But on the front, that's one pocket, and we'll have the same on this side. So let's do that pocket. And then we'll come back in and we will sort this line out here. Right then. There we go. Now we've added both sides, both pockets, and that can sit snugly in the middle. Now do we want to put something down here? Okay, so I'm tempted to stick with this stuff that we've just used, and we're going to go down and just put it here just to tie the front and the back and the middle together. Seems like the thing to do, isn't it? Let's chop it off. There we go. So we've tied that together now. I've also been round and just inked the edges a little bit. And now that can go into the centre of our book. Okay. There we go. Into the centre perfectly. So the next step, I'm going to sort the spine out. But then we are going to come through and just add some dividers and things in as well. But I think decorating will be a part 2 video. So I think the last part for this one will be just to add this in and do the spine. And then we'll come back and we'll stick some more pockets in and we'll stick some decoration in and some dividers. So let's do that part now. Okay, after an extensive search, I found this. It's slightly lighter than what I was hoping for, but I'm going with it. So I want at least 3-4 lengths of my book, just to be on the safe side. Better to have too much than not enough, because you can cut it off. I'm going to preload my needle. After a lot of faffing around, I've found a needle. And I've managed, with great effort, to get the string on that I wanted. So now what we're going to do is we're going to get our pokey tool, and we need to just check where the staples are. Because although we're doing I think we're going to do 4 holes, so I don't want to go over where the staples are. So let's put that there. Let's just push that into the middle. And we want one below the staple. So if we hold that open and we can just guide there. And I just want to shove all the way through. There we go. I'm going to hold that super steady. Check in this corner, make sure we're above the staple. And then I'm just going to turn it over because I can see better. And I'm going to shove all the way through again. Then I want to go about a quarter of the way down. Shove all the way through. And about here. Just shove all the way through. There we go. So we'll go second one from the bottom. We're going to go in and through. So I'm just going to go through here, find the hole there, go through. And I'm going to pull it all the way through. There we go. Oh, there we go. Well, let's leave a good bit to play with. And then I'm going to go in this bottom one, all the way through. There we go. And up to the very top, all the way through, find our holes. There we go. I know this is a bit of a new part, but I think just because it's staples, I think by the time we've bulked it out with the extra pages, I think it's worth making it a bit stronger. So now we're going to go in through this one, like so. And I'd like a third one there. Obviously this is just me. Can't do a 3-hole pamphlet stitch because of the staples, but I just wanted something on the spine and I wanted something to hold it. So I'm just going a bit rogue here. I think I'm just going to go back in through this one and out again. I've already got to pull it, it's tight. And then back in through this one again. Making sure we're not catching any of these. Oh god, that's super tight, that is. There we go. There we go. So it's just a bit of extra detail down the side. Now we're just going to make sure everything's all tight and together. There we go. Pull that off. I'm going to just tie a knot. Finish it with a bow. It's not for any purpose. Rather than me trying to just strengthen that spine up a little bit. We're in. Got the pockets in the middle. We're attached. We've strengthened that spine. We've covered it. And that, I think, is where we're going to leave it for this video. And we're going to come back and we're going to put pockets in it, and on part 2. Pockets, dividers, stickers. I've got some nice cards and things that we can go in here. So let's do that while we're here, shall we? There we go. Some bits and pieces that all I've done is printed these off Creative Fabrica, cut them out and ink the edges, that's it. So we'll do some other bits where we can put the rest of these things that I made. And it's just all the same process, cutting it all out. Although I've used some scissors on that one. I also did the same with some stickers. Like this one here, it's just out, it's out the same, yes. So the same way I did these, I just made some stickers. I've printed them out on clear sticker card and cut round them using my machine, but you could do it by hand if you wanted to. So I've got some stickers like that, and we'll put some of those in next time as well with more of these things. But that's just a quick taster for the part 2, where we're going to start jazzing it up. But the book is definitely progressing, and I hope you join me back for part 2, where we put some tabs on and some ribbon and other things, and have a look at the rest of the ephemera that we've made to go inside to make this a fun-filled notebook ready for October, ready for the spooky season. But thanks for joining me, and I will see you again soon. Goodbye.